but I don't. I just think about it. So, what pages do users visit in the last 7 days? This comes from our website where Alicia and I, in LibGuides, which is our content management platform, we've had a mini project over the last month or couple months where LibGuides will assign like a hashed URL, like some sort of number and letter combo for whatever page you create. Well, that doesn't tell you anything when you look in your analytics. So we went through and gave exact names to our pages, which was a lot of work because there were like 70 something pages with subpages, and each tab in the page has its own name and own URL. So in the last 7 days, welcome and home, or welcome home, this, when this link is or when this shows up here, and there were 44 page views, but that tells me as the webmaster, that's when somebody clicked the banner at the top of the page, because that welcome/home is the URL for the banner. So they click it, and I know 44 people had that activity. Like they clicked that and returned back to the home page. A to Z PHP, that's our A to Z list for all of our databases. And I won't go through all these, but welcome, about the library data, new resources, our ask page. All of these have, like, I can visually look at this list and know what they are. Everybody, there's 2 group study rooms upstairs, and I've had a sign up there for a month. I'm waiting for facilities to change the locks on the group study rooms, because we're going to start reserving those and checking those out online. Well, the only place you can find that URL is on those little signs up on the group study room doors. So if somebody keeps typing in that URL and going there, waiting for me to turn on that page, because if you go to that page right now, it says, sorry, this page is not available. It's because I don't have the locks changed yet, the keys ready. We have the keys ready, but the locks aren't ready. So that will be we have a system set up to where you can just go reserve a room. You'll get it, check it out for 2 hours. And if there's no other reservation after you, then you can renew it for an hour. So we're going to check out those rooms. The purpose of doing this is to build up statistics to show that there's a demand for those type of rooms, so that someday, if there's ever any money available to build something in the library, the first thing I want to build is more group study space, so that people can have private rooms to study in. We only have 2 right now, so.
Do you find they're always full?
Anecdotally, right now, yes. When I go out there,
It's a fast open for most students who go and study.
Every time I go up there, there's always people in there.
and it's a lot of this. I don't want to say anything bad, but it's always the same people that I see out there, and I call them like they're squatters. They're in there and they're like trying to not,
Do you have like
and they'll leave things in there so that
Yes.
someone else
so
can't
then
get
they can
in.
come back later. Do you have a time limit on how long they can be in there?
Not current. We do with the new policy, and that's what this page is. So this web page has all the policy and a link to the reservation page, which the reservation page is active. It's just in our Koha library system right now, and you have to go there to find it. I'll be linking it off of the website, though, and it has a calendar. I didn't code it. It was another librarian at a different university who coded it. But it's a calendar. You click on there, and then you put in your student. You'll have to sign in, put in your student ID and everything, and then reserve the room. But every library I've worked in, academic library, the most popular thing is group study space.
So if they don't show up, you're gonna shame them, right?
If they don't show up, then
They've wasted that whole time.
Yeah, or we'll give 15 minutes, 30 minutes, give them a break. The other part of that, I had to put a statement on that page about. We run into an issue where there are classrooms in libraries, and because there are classrooms in the library space is being used for something other than the library. So you come here, you do a class, and that's understandable. But sometimes we don't have student workers, or we after 6 o'clock at night, if a student worker doesn't show up out there, there's nobody working in the library. So we have this problem where there's a difference between the library as a place and library services. So we provide library services from that desk. So here we're checking out these group study rooms. That's now this bridge between the idea of library being a place and then a service that we're providing because we're checking out the rooms. So I had to put a statement on our webpage that says, unfortunately, if the library services are closed, say we don't have a student worker or something like that, then those rooms are also going to be closed. So it's just the only way I can handle that, just because sometimes you might not have a student working from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., but then at 8 p.m. a student shows up. Well, what we'll do is on the online reservation system, we'll block out the time and say that it's reserved. But yeah, that's going to be a challenge. It is going to be kind of burdensome for us. But again, there's, I think, a bigger reward in the long term than if we can continue to show usage. I do have door counters right here that I'm going to start counting the traffic of people in and out of the library, whether you're coming in for the art gallery or whether you're coming in for a class or whatever. I want to know how many footsteps go through the doorway coming in and out every year. And the more I know about that, then I can track it, chart it, and make a valid argument for more money, Yeah, I know. Or go out and try to get grants or things like that and have stats to show information about that. So, but this chart here gives you the trend over time. This is again the last 30 days. I'll go back and do like 180 days. And you can see the holidays just falls down into a valley and then we start to climb back up. I'm not terribly concerned about the trend I see here for spring so far. Where are we at? April 3rd, right about here. So we're trending down a little bit for usage versus the big fall, but we haven't really hit the heart of April and research and things. I think in the next 2 weeks, you're going to see a big climb, and even if this statistic, this chart doesn't indicate like a high level of usage for this semester, I'm now at the phase of all this statistical gathering where I'm focusing on year versus year. So spring semester, typically most universities I work with, the library is not as busy as the fall. And so, next year I'll look at a graph like this and see how did we fare year versus year. Plus, I'm also not concerned because our full text downloads continue to be incredibly high year over year. Because one of our vendors showed that this last month versus last year, it was 320% up. And then our other big vendor, EBSCO, was 64% up this March versus March. So as long as I continue to see good statistics in our delivery of full text downloads or check out of books and all that kind of stuff, I'm not terribly concerned about lower website usage.
I helped your stats.
You checked out, but oh, by the way, we had that book. One of the books that you emailed me.
Oh, you had the business-driven technology? Or
No,
this
I think it was that one. We
This
already
one.
had it, yeah.
The one I'm looking, the business-driven technology, I need that from another professor. We're going to do a teaching next.
Okay.
In the fall.
We'll get it. I mean, that's just one of those, I'm not worried about the deadline kind of things.
Okay, thank you.
You are. The other thing is devices by session, or sessions by device. You can see for the last 7 days, 93% of users have come from the desktop computer versus mobile and tablet. It changes, like 8 to 10% usually are on a mobile device or a tablet.
So would the desktop be in the library?
Well, it could be anywhere.
Somewhere in the
This is
campus.
anywhere. This is
So the person in South Korea, if they're on the desktop?
up here.
I think on the laptop and that's what Kamaji's one.
Yeah, PC operating system basically.
Okay.
What I've been doing a lot lately, and it'll go live in May after graduation and everything, I've been recoding the website. And the website's gonna have a lot of contextual changes. The links are all the same, but I've coded, I went out and got a library of code of some JavaScript and some other things where there's gonna be a series of, underneath the picture of the library and everything, there'll be a bar with buttons, contextual buttons. I can kind of show you on my phone.